Wallace, you summoned your ex-husband and his new wife to court to prove he fathered your 2-year-old daughter, Raylan. You say he is too busy playing daddy to his new family and has neglected your daughter for far too long, and that ends today. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Wallace?
Yes,
You
Your Honor.
say your ex-wife was so busy doing her that she lost track of who she was doing. And you say you have no problem taking care of your kids, but you have serious doubt that you fathered the plaintiff's daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Wallace, why do you feel your ex-husband is denying your daughter?
Because of his new wife. Clearly, it's a problem that me and Ryan has been honest with each other in the past. I know exactly how many kids Ryan has. I'm not sure if she knows. I'm not sure why, when he ran off with her, that all of a sudden it was a problem. He was there when I told him I was pregnant, and if he was at home being a husband, then we wouldn't be here in DNA court, because I don't sleep around with people's husbands. I don't have time to be like worrying about a DNA test.
Okay, let me make sure I understand where we are. What you're saying is you have an older child and you had that child in your marriage.
Yes, and he was there.
And then there's Raylan.
Raylan. And he's not there because of Bree.
And you were saying that he was out running around
chasing cats in the street.
Mr. Wallace, did you abandon your family?
No, Your Honor.
Tell the truth.
We separated after so many years. We separated. She was doing her thing and I was doing my thing, and it was just a spur of a moment.
So why, if that's the case, why treat our daughters different?
Okay, so let me get to the conception window. I want to understand, you all are husband and wife, you're separated, you're out dating other people. What happens this night when you take me to that night, when you have sex?
We had sex because I tell him the story about these people who's married, and I'm telling him, why would I sleep with a married man when I got my own husband? I got my own husband. I can sleep with you if that's the case. So I'm like, can I have what's mine? Can I have some? Oh, Ray, we ain't did it in a long time. I said, so? Is it mine or not? He like, yeah, let me go cut off the car. So he go cut off the car, he come back in, and he took me all the way to Orion's belt. I saw the moon and the stars and the sun and Orion's belt. I knew, oh, yeah, that's mine. That's mine. At the time, not now, that's hers now. But what I'm saying, at the time, it was mine. So I'm like, I'll go to work, you know, but that's what brought the sex into it.
So
why would I sleep with somebody else's husband?
Orion's belt, that's his belt.
Oh, yeah, took me there.
So you went there.
Sun, moon, stars.
Sun, moon, and stars.
I saw it.
So that's the night you feel like you got pregnant with Raylan.
That is the night I got pregnant with.
All right. Do you remember taking her on this trip to Orion's belt, Mr. Wallace?
I can't recall, Your Honor.
You can't recall.
It was only one time, Ray.
You remember that one time,
After 3 or 4
though.
years.
Okay. He remembers it, though.
So
They never denied it.
how soon after you went, actually you got back from the sun, the moon, and the stars, you went, came back. How long after that did you find out you were pregnant?
I felt it immediately, but 3 weeks later.
Up there at the sun?
I felt it as soon as I got back down. I woke up and came back to reality. Like, oh, I just had sex with my husband.
Oh, and you said, I think I'm pregnant, or you just knew it was a possibility?
I thought I was pregnant.
Mr. Wallace, I want to hear from you. What was your reaction when your wife, because at that time, you're still legally married.
His wife.
So your wife says to you, you know what? I think I am pregnant.
I told her we got to do it. I have to do what I have to do to take care of the baby.
Thank you.
I told
So
her.
you didn't deny it?
I did not deny it until she told me months later. Till she told me she almost 4 months old. Tell me that it might be a possibility.
It's not true.
Oh, what did she say, Mr. Wallace?
Right after I signed the birth certificate, she told me that it might be another guy.
Oh, let's get to that part. Ms. Wallace, did you or did you not have sex with somebody else while your husband had kind of moved on?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you have unprotected sex with someone?
Yes.
Did you have unprotected sex with anybody during the window of time when a Raylan
No.
was conceived?
No.
You say you did not.
I say I
And
did.
that's why you feel like you know for certain at that time your husband was her biological father.
Yes, is.
So why, when Raylan's 4 months old, does Mr. Wallace remember you saying you not the dad?
Because he always want to try to say, oh, she looked more and more like me. I said, I don't know who she looked like because she's light-skinned. So if she's light-skinned, I'm not going to just be like, oh, she looked like you and she got your toe and she got your eyebrows. I'm not about to go through all of that. All I said was, people say that because we so dark, she shouldn't have been light at all.
You know it doesn't have anything to do
But
with
that
like
was-
light and dark and brown. I mean, we sit up in here and hear too much testimony about what color a baby's skin was. It's about the DNA. That's what it's about. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. What I want to know is the timing. You're telling me that during the window of conception, you only slept with Mr. Wallace.
That is true, Your Honor.
So when was this, Mr. Wallace? When did this happen?
December 27,
Oh,
28, Ron.
So around December 27, 28, you say you had sex with your then wife.
Yes.
When was Raylan born? Let me get my conception
September
calculator out.
22nd.
When?
September 22nd, Honor.
September 22nd of what year?
You don't know?
She's talking to you.
2017.
All right, I'm gonna put that birth date in my conception calculator and press calculate. The probable conception dates are December 28th to January 2nd. Well, it says that this falls right in the window of time you just outlined. So that adds up with her testimony that you are the biological father. Were you intimate, Ms. Wallace, with any other person slightly before or after this estimated window?
I don't think it was that window, but I was with somebody about 5 days before him.
You do understand that all of these things are estimations.
Yes, I do.
When you think about that, the fact that you're having sex with somebody else in December is definitely reason that someone may have some doubt.
I mean, he could have had some doubt if that's how he felt, but he should have voiced that opinion, though. He should have said, hey, Ray, you know, I ain't been home in months. You know, I got this girlfriend out here, and I ain't been home in months. Are you sleeping with anybody? Or he already knew what I was doing, though, because why would I have the conversation about sleeping with somebody else's husband, and I got my own husband if he didn't know I was sleeping with somebody else? Y'all trying to make it seem like I'm lying about something, but I'm not. He's trying to make it seem like I'm lying.
We're not trying to make you seem like you lying. We're trying to make you understand that the truth that you are testifying to, your truth,
5 days before.
only then gives more credibility to his doubt.
Ray Sean, you know she doesn't have my eyebrows. All my
talking
other
about
kids,
these
all the
eyebrows?
7 kids have my arch eyebrows.
I understand, Ryan.
Raylan eyebrows are straight.
Are we talking about eyebrows?
We talking about eyebrows. We talking about real eyebrows.
Okay. Let me look through my court
Submitted
papers.
the effort.
Oh, and you even submitted a chart to the court. I see it now. How in the world did I skip over the eyebrow chart? Let's get to it. So, Mr. Wallace, you submitted this chart to the court because you say all of your children have a distinct feature.
Yes.
Tell the court about that.
See, I have the strong arch of eyebrow. Of all my other kids, my son have them, my daughter have them. Raylan doesn't have my strong arch eyebrows.
Good. That's not going to change the DNA results. You know, I don't know why you feel like she's not yours because of the eyebrows. I felt like she was yours because of what we did and the time frame that we did it and how you acted after I told you I was pregnant. He never said, no, that ain't my baby. I asked him, what we gonna do? Well, let me know when you go to the doctors. Let me know this, let me know that. Like I said, he was there. He took off work. He was there.
All right. So what I do understand is you are very clear on that. Mr. Wallace didn't doubt you, but you're saying it was because of this relationship, his new wife, his new girlfriend, that he pretty much has neglected Araylin.
I think so.
I saw you with your hand raised, Ms. Johnson. Before I go to the results, is there anything you'd like to add?
My thing is that she called, when you go send Raylan some diapers, when you go send her some Pampers, when you go send...
I shouldn't have to call.
And that's about it. And I asked her what's going on.
Okay, I want to ask you this. Are you the reason that he doubts? Because it sounds like you doubt.
Yeah, I'm doubting because she don't have the eyebrows.
Okay, so see, this is starting to make sense now. So you are really doubtful about this baby. And you're reinforcing this doubt in your husband. And you're also telling her she doesn't have to call and ask for different things. But if she doesn't have them and the baby needs them...
I automatically sense it.
How?
I automatically sense it.
You're saying you already have a plan how you send it where there's no need for her to call.
Exactly.
So you believe the calls are just trying to disrupt your marriage.
Yes.
So you're resentful of that. So do you see how there are a whole bunch of different dynamics at work here, none of which serve Araylin? And if eyebrows could determine paternity, then we wouldn't need to be here with her precious little cute self.
She is upset.
I'm upset too.
Can I say this, Your Honor? He's the one that runs off and goes to different states and creates real babies and fake families. He's the one that does that. My baby, 2 years old, he didn't even call my baby on her birthday. Yeah, I don't celebrate, but so what? Call her.
I respected you because I knew it.
No, you didn't. It ain't no respect to it.
Did
Can
I call
say
her?
this? If it's about the baby, why they worried about me?
We video call her.
At the end of the day, I only call him when I want something.
I
And
video
it got
call
everything
her.
to do with money. Because guess what? I don't want nothing else that he got. I don't want his lies. I don't want his time. I don't want none of that. If he's not going to be there for our daughters, he can go on. He can take care of her kids, and it ain't going to make me no never mind. Because guess what? My door is open for when you want your kids, the ones that you claim. And you know it.
I'm always there for my kids.
I'm going to pull myself together because he got me messed up.
We know that.
And I ain't never lied to him. All the stuff I done found in your phone. And how long have y'all been in this relationship? And how long was we married? Y'all's whole relationship
about
is
that. It's
faulty.
about
Yeah,
the
it is
baby.
about that.
Listen.
It's all about the baby.
It's about the baby, and she's denying my baby. That's what I'm saying.
never denied her. She just
Mr.
wants
Wallace.
I just need the DNA.
Don't try to get loud now.
Want the
There's
DNA
no sense of getting loud. We've already heard this saga play out. So this is complicated. And the only way we're going to figure out how to get out of this or get on with this is to get the truth. Jerome, let me have the envelope, please. Woo! These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Wallace versus Wallace, when it comes to 2-year-old Araylin Wallace, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Wallace, you are not the father. You all right?
It's okay.
Mr. Wallace?
Come here.
Mr. Wallace, what are you feeling? You really thought you were?
Yes.
I thought he was too.
I fathered her for 2 years.
I feel bad for him if he really feels
Good
like
girl,
that.
you don't be quiet.
I do.
Be quiet.
I'm just
Feel bad for somebody now. Be quiet.
I do.
Mr. Wallace,
You took me through everything, Ray.
I took you through everything.
took me through
Boy,
everything.
Please, we'll go talk to somebody about that because if he was
hold on.
We don't need to talk
Hold
about
him
nothing.
on.
It's just-
Okay, so it is
it's just
what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
So, Ms. Wallace, your mouth has run a marathon today. I'm serious. And I kept listening and I kept trying to understand where you were at and why would you do this? And you had a reason for everything, and you were adamant. You were convinced your ex-husband was your child's biological father. But he's not. Do you know who is?
I would say no. It's no reason for me to look for anybody else.
That's not what I asked. Listen, I'm only here for Raylan. If you want to walk out this courtroom and be like, oh, if you want to hear me say this, I'm not going to look for other fathers, you go ahead and be that mother.
No,
You talked all day. I'm talking now. You go ahead and be that mother. And you hear me today, on this day, and don't you forget, you will suffer the consequence in your life when everybody's daddy walks their baby to school, when everybody's daddy shows up to the father-daughter dance, and she asks you the question, where's mine? Ms. Wolf, you say that your month-long relationship with Mr. Shelton left you with beautiful twins who he is now denying for dubious reasons. You intend to prove Mr. Shelton fathered both boys, Luke and Levi. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Shelton, you say Ms. Wolf is a promiscuous party animal who has absolutely no idea who fathered her twins. You believe you are just one of several men who were involved with Ms. Wolf, and you claim there is no way you fathered her children. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Wolf, what do you mean he's denying your children for dubious reasons?
He is the father. They look just like him. His friends told me that they looked like him. The conception date was matched up to when we were together during our relationship. I was with 2 other people afterwards, but both of them have been they're out of the picture. So he is the father. Look at them, look at him.
And so, Mr. Shelton, you disagree?
Yes, Your Honor. Whenever I was with her, she was very promiscuous. She was always disappearing. She was very untrustworthy. I didn't know what was going on half the time. We were together for a month and messed around a lot, and she just was never there really. And then she just disappeared one day.
Disappeared? Okay, so take me back. I want to understand the nature of this relationship. How did you even meet?
We met on POF. It was it's an internet dating site. We started talking for a little while, and then we just started hitting it off. We started seeing each other every day. It was really good for the first month, and then one day, like I said, she just disappeared. Now I think she's just trying to grasp for straws and trying to see who the kids are.
Wait a minute. So in 1 month you disappeared, Ms. Wolf?
Yes, that's correct.
So he's right. You
Yes.
just disappeared.
Yes.
Why?
We were both partying at the time. I wanted a new lifestyle for my kids. They deserve better. So I thought the best thing to do was cut everything off. This is before I found out I was pregnant and everything. So.
And why are you emotional? What are you feeling?
I just want my kids to know their dad. I mean, my oldest one, his dad passed away, so he'll never get to know him. And I just feel like it's important that he gets to know them.
All right. So how did you see the relationship with Mr. Shelton? You said it was just a month.
Yes, and like he said, it was really good. We hit it off. We were going to church together. I thought we were both turning our lives around, doing good. But it wasn't that way. There was trust issues. There was other issues that I didn't want to deal with him. And so I ghosted him, I guess you could say.
So you did?
Yes.
You ghosted him?
Yes.
And how soon after that did you find out you were pregnant?
I didn't find out I was pregnant until May, and I got pregnant in March.
And so when you found out, did you tell Mr. Shelton, or you just continued to be MIA?
I was living with my current boyfriend at the time. He was pretty much going to be there for them. He had no problem. He was there for my oldest son as well. I didn't bother trying to look for him because I wasn't sure myself. And but the more and more I dug into it, when the conception date was and everything, he's the father.
So earlier in the testimony, you said there were 2 other men you were sleeping with.
That's correct. One
So why have you excluded them?
was a black guy, so they're obviously not black. And the other one I used protection with, and I don't believe there was a way that I could get pregnant with him.
Well, black people come in all colors, all sizes.
But not blonde hair, blue eyes.
Oh no, black people have blonde hair and blue eyes. That's why I turned around and looked and said, well, let's really see. Because there are plenty of black people that have blonde hair and blue eyes. All right, So, Mr. Shelton, how did you find out about the pregnancy?
I just got a message from her one day on Facebook. Being the kind-hearted guy I was, I just said, okay, we can hang out. I can see you. She was wondering how I was doing. She came over to the house. She was pregnant at this time. Pretty sure it was like 9 months, Your Honor. Or she was about to pop, pretty much.
I feel like my kids were already born before he met them or knew about the pregnancy, because I was waiting till they were born to see what they would look like, because I was unsure and I was nervous.
So you feel like he never even mentioned them, you never even got in contact with him until after the children were born?
That's correct.
And so take me to the birth. What happened when Luke and Levi were born? Obviously, Mr. Shelton wasn't there.
No, he was not.
Who was?
Ralph was there with me, but he's my current boyfriend.
And Ralph
He
is
didn't
Mr.
know,
Duquois.
of course, he couldn't be there, yes.
So Mr. Duquois participated in the baby's birth.
Yes, he did.
And she also told me that the Ralph could possibly be one of the fathers also.
Oh, she did?
Later on, yes, later on, Your Honor.
That's not true. I was already pregnant. I thought he knew I was already pregnant. I thought we had already discussed this. He's acting like, no, Luke is mine. So that's why we're here today, to prove that Jerry's the father of both of them.
All right, so now you're saying your current boyfriend believes that he is the father
Yes, that's
of
correct.
your twins.
Because I'll joke and be like, he's just like you. That's your kid, but just messing around with him because he has been there since day one of their
But he thinks he's the biological father.
Yes.
All right, you know what? I want to hear from Mr. Duquois.
Okay.
Jerome, will you please escort him into the courtroom?
With me. Right up to the witness stand next to the judge.
Please state your name for the record, sir.
My name is Ralph Duquois.
Mr. Duquois, thank you for joining us today. We are listening to testimony relating to Luke and Levi's paternity. We'd like to know what your relationship is to Ms. Wolf.
I've known her since 2008, on and off, and we were together at the time of conception, having unprotected sex.
So, what did Ms. Wolf tell you about the paternity of these two children? Did she say you're the father?
That I could be possibly the father of one of the
She
children.
told you that?
Yes,
She just testified?
especially.
I'm joking with you.
What?
It's not, I never told him he was the biological father, ever. It's been a joking around. He's been there since they were born, so he is their dad.
She was partying, and she was not clear of the time and dates of when that happened.
No.
Why are you crying? Why are you so upset?
Your Honor.
That's not the truth.
Your Honor, she was partying with a lot of different kind of people.
Why are you so upset, Ms. Wolf? Can you tell the court? What are you feeling?
I need a second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's take a breath. So, Mr. Duquois, you say for certain you know you were sexually active with Ms. Wolf during the window of time when the twins would have been conceived.
Yes,
You remember that?
yes.
Can
I
you
do.
take me back and what happened?
She would pop into my life, in and out, come over to the house, and we would have sex, and she'd leave.
And so when she told you she was pregnant, you immediately said, they could be mine?
Possibly, yeah, that I could be the father. I took ancestry, our DNA ancestry, and they came back that we have European DNA descent, and blonde hair, blue eyes does run in my family, so they could be mine.
Do you believe you're the father?
I think I am the father, yes. I could be possibly of Luke, yes.
But not both, not Levi.
Possibly, but not Levi.
So Ms. Wolf has said you've been taking care of the twins like they're your own. They're 22 months old. You've been pretty much their father figure and the person they have come to rely on to be a father in their lives.
They need somebody. Those little creatures that, they need parents, I was born in a family with parents and a mother and father, and they need that.
They deserve that.
So, Mr. Shelton, I want to ask you, when was the first time you met the twins and you saw them?
After the last time I saw her when she was pregnant, later on, about another 9 months to a year or whatever, she messaged me on Facebook, Your Honor, and she asked how I was doing, and she came over, and we were hanging out, and she said one of the boys could be mine.
Just one of
I
them.
never said that.
They were sleeping in the back of the car, and she pointed to one of them, said that one of them could be mine.
I believe I just said that he looked exactly like, this one exactly looks exactly like him. They're twins.
So the suggestion is that 2 men fathered one set of fraternal twins.
Yes, that's
With-
possible in the
It is you're in the right place. We already know that is very possible. It has happened. Science has already let us know. So what kind of relationship have you developed, Mr. Shelton, with the twins? Can you tell the court?
I've only met the twins one time, Your Honor. I haven't had a chance to be in their life at all. I've been wondering about them. It keeps me up at night.
That's why we're here. I would love for him to be a part of their life. I hadn't reached out to him at all. I was trying to file for child support against him. But I would love for him to be there.
Your Honor, last time
For them.
I talked to her, she was supposed to bring the kids over and we were supposed to hang out. But instead, I gave her my address, and then 2 days later, I got child support papers in the mail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you gave her the address for visitation and then you got served.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, if I'm the dad, I'd like to know.
And that brings tears to your eyes just to think that it could be your children.
Yeah.
And you have absolutely no knowledge of their daily activities.
I have no idea what goes on in their daily lives. I don't even know what their favorite color is. I don't even know what they eat every day, Your Honor. I've asked her so we could see if we can come hang out, so we can come to an agreement, so we could do the paternity test, but it never just came, we never.
But we don't need to hang out. The thing is, you need to be there for your kids if that's what this is. It's not me and you, it's you and the kids.
It's about the children,
Yes.
I know.
So we don't need to hang out. We need to go get the DNA test like we are doing here.
All right, I'm ready for the results, and we have enough of them. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows, just so we're clear. Because we are dealing with fraternal twins, and we know that fraternal twins could potentially have 2 different fathers, we had to test each child against each gentleman. First results relate to Mr. Duquois. In the case of Wolf versus Shelton, when it comes to 22-month-old Levi Wolf, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Duquois, you are not the father. You are not Levi's biological father. The next result will be for Luke. And you say specifically it was Luke was the child that she said could be yours.
yes, that is correct.
Okay. In the case of Wolf versus Shelton, when it comes to 22-month-old Luke Wolf, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Duquois, you are not the father. So, Mr. Shelton, now that I've read the results from Mr. Duquois, and he is not the biological father of either twin, does this change your feelings about the possibility for you being their father?
No, Your Honor, if I'm their father, I'm gonna do what I have to do. I'm gonna take care of both of them if they're both mine.
Jerome, let's have the envelopes for Mr. Shelton. In the case of Wolf versus Shelton, when it comes to 22-month-old Luke Wolf, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Shelton, you are not the father.
Surprising to me, Your Honor.
Ms. Wolf, you said Levi was Mr. Shelton's child. Here are the results. In the case of Wolf versus Shelton, when it comes to 22-month-old Levi Wolf, It has been determined by this court. Mr. Shelton, you are not the father. Neither Mr. Shelton or Mr. Duquois are the father of either twin. Ms. Wolfe, do you know who is? This is so unfortunate for the children.
I mean, I don't know how to find them.
Do you know where the person is?
We were in Oklahoma.
How about the guy you say that you were with and you used the condom? Is that the person you're thinking about? All right. And the stakes are so high because the children need their father. They need to know. Mr. Shelton's been already...
Thank you for coming.
Well, you've gotten child support papers.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's important that you now move swiftly in your home court.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I'm just so sad for the children.
Me too.
Mr. Duquois, do you still plan to be in the children's life?
I do. I will be there no matter what. Even if I do have to help her find this person, whoever it is, or
Good.